Seth Rollins has gone dark on social media, so we'll take a look at what's going on there. We'll also see what's going on with Bray Wyatt and Brock Lesnar. Let's start things off with the latest on Windham, formerly known as Bray Wyatt in WWE. Sightings of Bray Wyatt ever since his WWE release in summer of 2021 have been extremely rare to see. There was one picture that went around of him at a friend's gathering. Everyone heard that he's been filming his movie since late November of last year, but as far as appearances and other sightings go, Bray hasn't done a single thing. However, that all changed on March 13th, 2022. Bray is scheduled to make his first official post-WWE appearance at Showcase of Legends in Albany, New York. This specific event will also feature a lot of other familiar faces within the wrestling universe. Trish Stratus, Britt Baker, Dustin Rhodes, Tori Wilson, Jazz, Matt Cardona, Mia Yim, Scarlett Bordeaux, Eric Rowan, Evil Uno, and more wrestling names are all scheduled for this specific event in question as well. Bray won't actually be competing himself at this show, but there will be a meet and greet session with the fans. There's also some rumblings about a possible Q&A session between Bray and the fans. So if that does turn out to be true, it'll be great because there'll obviously be a lot of Bray-related topics to go over with every answer he gives. So that's the latest with Bray for the time being. We'll see what information and other announcements he has to say if he speaks at this event. Next is an update on everything related with Seth Rollins. So, like we briefly talked about after Raw, Seth Rollins did everything he can to win that tag team title match on Raw, but it was ripped away from him at the last second. We saw just how hard that loss was for Seth Rollins because now the reality that he may miss WrestleMania starts kicking in. So that's why the character was visually irate after that loss on Raw. He understood that spots at WrestleMania are harder and harder to get by the week. So that's why he was just so out of it because he figures that's it, I'm missing WrestleMania. Which no one expects to be the case here. No way a fully healthy Seth Rollins sits on the sidelines for a WrestleMania. That's not happening. So in order to build more hype around this Seth Rollins WrestleMania situation, Seth has gone dark across all of his social media platforms. He took away all of his profile pictures, his banners, and his bios from all of his profiles and left them all empty with a solid black image taking their place. No one knows exactly what this change means right now, but it'll likely be a continuation of what we saw from him on Raw. He's just bummed out, zoned out, and that's why he did all of this to his social media pages. Obviously, something is coming from this. It can be another slight character change, big returning WrestleMania opponent, announcement, or something. But Seth Rollins definitely isn't sitting out the rest of this WrestleMania season. Something is definitely on the way. Originally, reports claimed that Shane McMahon was first discussed as Seth's opponent back in January, and everyone knows how that turned out. Then, ever since the rumor of Cody Rhodes returning to WWE started going around, Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania has been the big possible match being discussed by a majority of fans online. Is that match actually possible? Well, as long as Cody Rhodes remains a free agent, there's definitely a possibility. Never say never. Maybe Seth issues an open challenge and it gets accepted by Cody Rhodes on the grand stage of WrestleMania. That's probably the most popular fan theory out there right now. Another theory that's been thrown out there by fans is Seth finding a way to join the main event of WrestleMania 38, of Roman Reigns vs. Brock Lesnar. This was something that Seth himself even mentioned a lot and joked about doing several times earlier this year. Remember that the main event of WrestleMania 31 was technically a triple threat between Seth, Roman, and Brock after Seth cashed in. So what if that was the main event of WrestleMania again, but obviously with Seth Rollins being a part of the match from bell to bell this time around? That would be pretty interesting. One thing is for certain, and that's the fact that Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens definitely won't be walking into WrestleMania together. Kevin Owens will have his moment with Stone Cold Steve Austin, and now we just have to wait to see what WrestleMania role will be for Seth Rollins. But the blacked out social media icons from Seth Rollins definitely lets us know that something is on the way real soon. Roman Reigns had a massive moment at WWE's MSG show of knocking Brock Lesnar out with the help of the Bloodline and standing over him while holding the WWE and Universal title. This moment resulted in all-time success for WWE's official Instagram page. The Instagram video clip of Roman holding both titles over Brock has 5 million plus views and counting, most of any WWE Instagram post of all time. So that definitely was a historic defining moment on the road to WrestleMania 38. But obviously the road isn't over quite yet. There's still several weeks left to go, which means that Brock Lesnar will definitely get his revenge on Roman Reigns during one of these upcoming SmackDown episodes. Now that we had that viral moment of Roman holding both titles, you better believe that we most definitely will see another moment in which Brock Lesnar will hold both titles over Roman Reigns. So that's one moment you can definitely count on happening during the coming weeks. Brock Lesnar has been happy and jolly more often than not with his new WWE personality. But after what we just saw with that WWE MSG show, chances are that the old Brock Lesnar will definitely make an appearance. It's also being discussed that the winner of the WrestleMania 38 main event match will in fact be referred to as the unified WWE champion. Of course, the big question that remains unanswered is, how will WWE handle the title situation? Will the winner walk around with both titles at the same time, like Becky Lynch once did? But again, Becky Lynch was never actually referred to as the unified WWE Women's Champion. Both titles were called by their separate names and defended separately in Becky's case. But it appears that that's not going to be the case here for the winner of Roman versus Brock. It sounds like they're going to keep the titles unified and label it as one unified WWE championship. But that still doesn't answer the question of which title is getting retired. Like we mentioned a few weeks ago, retiring the Universal title still seems like the best possible option, since that's the newer title with less history. Retiring the Universal title after WrestleMania would also be huge because that officially closes the case. No one ever ended up defeating Roman Reigns for the Universal title. And especially if they do retire the title, then that's going down in WWE history. Roman held the title for nearly 600 days right into its retirement and was never pinned or submitted for the title. So that's definitely another massive accomplishment if they decide to go ahead and retire the Universal title. So with a few weeks still left before WrestleMania, we should definitely see Brock get his revenge and hold both titles over Roman's head, as well as more back and forth moments between Roman and Brock. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.